What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. This is the Saturday, April 27th edition of our Play Today video. If you do like the content, please like the channel, subscribe to the page. We're trying to grow this one day at a time. You guys are the biggest help in doing that. I'm going to go over pretty much all my thoughts on the card and give you my favorite play at the end, and plus my thoughts along the way. So let's talk about yesterday first. Play today. Yesterday was the over 222 in the Pacers and Bucks game, and we hit it. While we did hit it, I feel like we were a little lucky because it went to overtime. So we were expecting the Pacers to score 120 points, and the Bucks I have to keep up with them, and whatever number they got to over 100, we were going to get our over. But they went the overtime at 111. So that's right on the number. And if either one had won the game before that, Chris Middleton 3, we wouldn't have gotten it. So I feel like we were a little lucky there, but it paid off for us. Sometimes luck is what you need. They did win in overtime, 121-118, so they did not cover the 6-point spread, but the over hit. We didn't have the right side in the Clippers-Mavs game. Zigzag is a no-go. Mavs rolled on them. The Clippers kind of came back a little bit, but they were up a lot more throughout the game. And the under hit. So it was under 211, and Mavs won by 11. Timberwolves and the Suns. Timberwolves rolled over on the Suns again. Kevin Durant in jeopardy. The big three haven't been able to put it together against his team. At least in the playoffs, they beat them, 3-4 times during the regular season. So this young Timberwolves team is focused enough to beat the Suns, and they're in real danger of getting swept. So that's what we're going to look at for the next game they play. We're probably going to be on the Timberwolves plus the points. But on to today, we have 4 games to talk about. The first game up is the Cavs and the Magic. Magic seem to need home court advantage. They are, see what the record is. They are 30-12 straight up at home this season. Also 28-13 against the spread this season. They're one of the best cover teams in the NBA this season. Lately, though, they hadn't been that down the stretch. But it seems that in the playoffs, their home crowd advantage kind of boosted them a lot more than I thought it would. So they blew out the Cavs by 38 points on Thursday. And I think that they're probably going to get this one too. So the line's at 2. I would say Magic -2, and I'm still going to be on the under because I expect some defensive adjustments from Cleveland. So I don't expect them to blow them out in the first quarter like they did. And in that case, we were only 3 points off the total last time when it was at 201. So under 202, Magic -2 for the first game. The Thunder and the Pelicans were on the Thunder. Pelicans seem undermatched for this Thunder team. And since the first game, the Thunder have looked far and away the better team. So until they prove us wrong, we're going to be on the Thunder. Over, under, I think either can hit. It just kind of depends on the Pelicans' style of play. Boston and Miami. Miami's back at home now after evening up the series. The total is at 204.5. I still like the over hit last time around this number. And I like Miami. I like Miami to cover, to not lose by 10. So short, sweet, that's going to be my pick. These teams are very competitive with each other. They've met in the playoffs the last 3 years. And Miami is very capable of competing with this team. And after beating them in Boston, 9.5 points might be too many. The Boston Celtics are 19-19-3 against the spread on the road this season. So 50-50 team on the road, you know. 3-5-2 against the spread in their last 10 games. So they're not even being dominant in their last 10 games. Depending on what the number is, they're obviously the number one seed, and they have been favored by a ton of points in their last 10 games, haven't needed anything to play for, past this series. So, obviously that is the case there. They did blow out Miami in the first game, but Miami beat them outright in the second. So that's why we're on Miami. I still like the over at 204.5. Denver and the Lakers. Last game, said it was a Lakers spot. Back at home, Denver's not very good on the road, or not as good on the road as they are at home. 4-6 in their last 10 games, 19-23 on the season against the spread. Oh no, that's the Lakers. It's still very similar to the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets on the road this season are 18-23-1. 25-17 straight up. So against the spread, not the best team, below 500 team on the road, but they do win. They do have a winning record on the road. Lakers, however, this is a last chance. This is, the numbers kind of don't matter in a situation where you're about to get swept and you have the GOAT on your team. So, being that, if we look at it, the last 10 games, going back to the playoffs of last year, there's nothing that says the Lakers should win this game, but this is their last chance. So you can really bet either way that LeBron's not going to get swept 2 years in a row, or that Denver is overmatched for this Lakers team. So obviously this isn't my favorite game. I am going to be on the Nuggets, and kind of like the under in this game. So those are my thoughts. My favorite pick is going to be the Magic -2 at home against Cleveland. My second favorite pick is the Heat +9.5. So those are my thoughts. Lock those in. Let's get this money. We're going to be back tomorrow for some more NBA talk.
My dad.